Oh, baby, how you lie.
Let's get together, yeah, yeah, yeah. Why don't you and I combine?
And friends are friends forever if the Lord's the Lord of them. All my life, you're a friend of mine.
It's Ceci and Adam.
Welcome to the Mom Lineal Podcast. The Fab Three are back together again.
It's the whole crew.
Okay, you guys, I got to tell you this funny story.
Please.
My boss at my radio station in Washington State has very low affect. Do you know what affect is?
No.
The cause of something.
Clarify
else
for the
happening.
Gen Z crowd, please.
Affect is expressions on your face. So if you are low affect, you don't show a lot of emotions on your face. I'm very high affect, except I've had a little bit of Botox lately, so it's a little less than it
Less
used
than
to be.
natural.
Less than natural. But this guy, I've never seen anybody more low affect than him, and he's a super awesome guy. 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 Awesome guy.
What?
Awesome guy.
Does she hit a railroad track?
Awesome guy. Awesome guy. Awesome guy.
Are you hearing that too?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she's doing a remix at the moment.
Awesome guy. 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 Awesome guy.
It's just gonna be 30 minutes of this.
On loop. Okay.
Oh,
okay,
let's
good.
give it
Well,
up.
we got rid of that, so that was exciting.
Sounds like he's an awesome guy.
It sounds like it. She's back.
She's
I'm
back
so mad.
and high affected more than ever.
I'm so mad. It's
What?
You were rapping there for a second. You were on a loop.
I
You were going,
was.
awesome guy for like 2 minutes.
I get a text from her like, "Mom, log out." So where was I in this? Low affect.
He's an awesome guy.
Okay, low.
Yeah,
Awesome
yep.
guy. Awesome guy. Awesome guy. Okay, so low affect. So we are on a Zoom meeting, and everybody is checking their equipment before a fundraiser, which is a virtual fundraiser. So I'm not there in person. I'm in Michigan. They're in Washington, and
Yeah.
they're like, "Yeah, we can hear you great." And I said the only thing I said to the boss, I said, "You're frozen. You're frozen. You're frozen." And then he said, "I'm right here." It was the flat affect.
He had such low facial expressions, you thought he was frozen.
And I kept going back to it.
Oh, that's so funny. Oh no.
You're frozen. You're frozen.
You're frozen. No, that's just my regular.
He's like, no, I'm not. Just my face.
where you're just like, oh.
Yeah.
Good to know.
It's just kind of the story of my life. Big mouth, open it, insert foot, all the time.
That's when you just blame the internet. Just say, "Oh, my internet
Yeah.
must have been lagging."
Yes.
Lagging.
Sorry. Sorry. Filter was on that made you look not alive. So
And
sorry about that.
we now laugh about this every time we connect over Skype to do the pre-fundraising tech, and I always say, "You're frozen. You're frozen." I don't know if he thinks it's funny or not because he doesn't laugh, but I don't know if it's the low affect or what.
How can you tell? Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. How can you tell? Oh,
That's
man.
funny.
Means you can say whatever you want because he's not gonna care.
True. You never know if he's mad or happy or sad or
No.
whatever.
I wish I had a little more lower affect. I wish you couldn't completely read what was going on inside at all moments.
Especially when opening gifts. You can tell in 0.2 seconds
Oh, no.
if mom likes a gift or not. Because she either goes, oh my gosh, this is great. Or, oh. And if you get the second one, you know you messed up a little bit and it's going back.
Man.
There it is. Usually
Best-
like practice.
Best gift I ever received was Mother's Day from the accountant. Did I tell this story
Oh.
about how he went to my favorite boutique store?
I know it wasn't
No.
roses.
You're right. Okay, so Mother's Day this year, I'm opening gifts and I've got this big box and I'm like, what in the world is in here? Because I did that thing. I don't need anything for Mother's Day. I have everything I need, which I do, but I still like stuff. Right. I like stuff above and beyond what I already have. And so I'm opening it, and it was the cutest pair of pinstripe jeans that were
Ooh.
totally modern in style right now. And I just looked at them, and I was, these are so cute. I love them. And what he did is he went to that boutique and he asked them if they knew me, because I do frequent that place. And they're like, "Oh yeah, we totally know Ceci." And he was like, "Okay, here's my budget. Pick her out a pair of jeans and a shirt." And they ran around the store and they had the best time. And you guys, every time I wear these jeans, every time I get a compliment on them. Every time.
Oh, snap.
Yep. So I tried to repay the favor for Father's Day, and I went to one of the accountant's favorite stores, and I got him 3 shirts that I loved. And he did that thing where he opened them and he was just like, meh. You're like, what? These are so cute. And they're like, he goes, they have the 3 buttons at the top. I don't like that. I like it when it buttons all the way down. I've been married to this man 24 years. I did not know that.
He's not a quarter zipper button guy then,
I didn't know he didn't like a polo.
He's not. Did you know he wore a polo to church on Sunday though?
Oh,
He did?
well.
Yeah, his red one that he wore to church, 3 buttons.
See? How am I supposed to keep up?
Interesting.
He's unpredictable.
He's unpredictable.
Maybe it was the color. Though, isn't like red some kind of Southern California color? A school down there or something? Is that why? Because that's where he's from.
He has a tan, and he has a tan right now. But the shirts I got him were so cute, and he just was like, "No, this like basic." He returned them.
He wasn't. Is it because you called him really cute?
Probably. Anyway, I'm not getting him any more gifts because I don't know. I can't figure it out.
Well, PD sent 2 Amazon links, or he sent 2 links to the family group chat. He sent 2 links. One was for a shirt. It was a full button down Lululemon shirt. And the other
Which I
one
don't like, by the
was
way.
for socks. Well, it's what he wanted.
I know.
So
Well, I don't
I
like
said,
it.
Mom, I got him the 2 things he sent links to. She said, he sent links? And I said, yes, he did. And I said, they're from the siblings. And she said, great.
I missed that. I don't know. I think I missed all of that. I'm so awesome.
See,
we are looking for a new car right now. We're currently looking for Dave's car, Pastor Dave's car. And but I'm kind of picking it out, and we had this discussion today because it is time for him to get something that he would like. I get plenty of things that I like. And I have the minivan. I mean, I'm just gonna ride that thing till the wheels fall off of it. But it's a Toyota, so I'm stuck with that beast for probably 10 more years. And it's a people mover, and I loved it when I first got it, and I had little kids. So we are looking at a Tesla, and we're looking at kind of a SUV, a smaller SUV. We're looking at a Honda Passport or a RAV4 hybrid and a Tesla.
Wow.
Which car of those 3 do you think I've chosen for Dave's next car?
Tesla.
Tesla.
Yeah, you're going
If we
Tessie.
get that car, do you think he's ever going to be in it?
He's a runner, so no.
And he kind of wants a truck. He's like, and I keep saying, we have a minivan. What do we need a truck for? Anything you can put in a truck, you can fit in a minivan. And he's like, but it's dorky. It's just dorky. It's way cooler to have a truck. So I think I actually think I should encourage him to get the truck because I don't like trucks. I would never borrow the thing. And then he could keep it as neat and orderly and clean as he would like.
Now, does
True.
Tesla do trucks?
Oh, yeah.
Like a Truxa?
They have a truck that looks like a shiny metal trash can.
Oh,
It's called a Cybertruck.
Oh, I know what you're talking. I can picture it now. It looks like a dollar store version of the Batmobile. Every
Yes.
time one drives by, it's like
It's weird.
It looks like a military operation or something that went terribly wrong.
Somebody posted a picture of that Tesla truck next to one of those shiny metal trash cans from our childhood, and it said that has the flappy door not the rounded top, but the other one, and I'm like, that's what that looks like. But
Oh gosh, no! Don't let him get one.
we test drove the Tesla. I really liked it, and I want the self-driving feature.
No.
I don't like to drive. I don't like to drive at all.
I just don't like how it like veers into trees.
It doesn't.
No.
No.
You'd be surprised how low like the crash count and accident prone like Teslas are. They're not in a lot of accidents or anything unless it's the other person's fault usually.
I though would worry that because you're supposed to keep one hand on the wheel just in case sees. I'm thinking I'm gonna be on TikTok and this thing is taking me to work.
Little TikTok shop on the boulevard.
You know, you can log into TikTok on the screen.
Oh,
you know, you can
no.
sit in your car
Oh,
while it charges and scroll through TikTok.
I'm sold.
It's over.
And they used to make you swipe on the screen, and then people were complaining about it. Now there's like a little thing on the wheel. You know how there's like a volume button on your steering wheel? They have a little like rolly wheel, and you just roll
through TikTok.
roll, and it'll scroll through your TikToks for you.
In the Tesla? I am so sold.
You're literally click buying after this episode.
Add to cart, like Ellie says. Add to cart. We found a used one that they can deliver to Chicago in a week, and it would be the same price with all the upgrades. So if we buy a new one, the government is doing $7,500 rebate. And but if we buy a used one that only has 12,000 miles, we could get the auto driving. What's it called, Ellie? The driver assist, self-drive, whatever.
Yeah.
That's what I listen. I don't want to drive anymore. I don't want to do laundry. I don't want to clean the toilets. There's several things. I've just made a list of if I could just offload that, I'd be happy. And driving is one of them.
If the Tesla can do laundry, you should definitely buy it. Self-washing self. Look, if there's a doom scroll button on this thing, why can't it do laundry? We have hit that point of life.
I agree.
It's happening.
Real quick, I'd like an update on your apartment. Is it keeping you cool? Are you on a heat warning out there? And then we got to get the down low on Ellie's honeymoon too, like where she went.
I was going to say last week we plugged that you were on your honeymoon, but we didn't say where. So you get to give the big announcement of where it was.
Whoop, whoop.
Wherever you went, though, it was probably 30 degrees cooler than where I live currently in southern Arizona. The air conditioning works great. Praise the Lord for that. There's ceiling fans all over. I still walk past my wood burning fireplace and laugh. Mm-hmm. And it's been over 110 the past 3 days. Let me tell you the heat scale in a dry heat world. If it's 100 and sunny but dry, it's doable. It's hot, but it's doable. You can go outside, you can go to the pool, whatever, it's fine. You get to 105. Now it's a little bit warmer. It's a little hot. You can just barely do it, but it's doable. You can do 105. 110, nobody should have to endure that in their life. There's nothing. 110 degrees. People are cooking eggs in their cars. They are trying to sprint inside from getting their mail. The road is falling apart and 3 volcanoes are going off. It is so blasted hot.
Are you driving with oven mitts on yet?
You know what? The other day I came close. For a quick second, I was like, this is toasty. And literally, don't touch the metal part of your seatbelt. Do not touch the metal part of your keys. And do not have a metal water bottle. Because when it's 111 degrees, within 60 seconds, them suckers cook.
This is so funny to me. It's kind of like a cosmic joke. Welcome to Arizona.
Yeah, I know.
It was 80 when you moved in, and now it's 113.
Hey, we still had 80 at like 4 a.m.
I saw people in Las Vegas. It's hot in Las Vegas too, and they are doing crayon art. And so they're lining up crayons, and then it takes about a half hour for the wax just to melt down.
Oh.
So people are doing heat art in Vegas this week. You should try it. You should do a little radio bit on your new little show over there.
Oh my gosh. Well, and they've been 10 degrees hotter than we have, which is just ridiculous. Like almost 120. If your crayons are melting, no human being should live within a vicinity of that area. That's just terrifying.
Totally.
Absolutely not. But it's not snowing. So I'll take 3-degree burns over snow.
Okay, so okay, first of all, we did not reveal the destination of your honeymoon. We were letting you tell the people where you went. And first of all, I want you to describe, because this thing, your fiance was keeping this a surprise to you for almost a year. And you're very good at finding stuff out. So how did you not figure it out?
When I know there's a surprise / secret and I want to keep it a secret, I will do everything in my power to avoid seeing updates and notifications about it. So if anyone out there is planning a surprise trip or anything of the sort. Here's a couple of things I did. One, I knew what airline we were flying. We were flying Delta. So I deleted the Delta app on my phone. Anytime I got an email from Delta, I immediately deleted it. Anytime he was like, okay, our flight may have changed. You might be getting an email from Delta. Delete it. Done. So that was step number one. I didn't even have the app on my phone. Wasn't getting notifications, anything. Two, you just have to be careful who you tell. Because he initially really only told his parents because they were just kind of like going back and forth and booking things. And then, so he was very strategic about who he told and who he didn't tell. So at the wedding reception, he was telling a couple too many people, so I almost found out. But I also knew, like, whenever people were talking about it, or even like before the wedding or anything, I knew to like step away from the conversation, like kind of plug my ears and go the other direction, think of something else, whatever. So I like intently avoided figuring it out.
Okay.
I guess
That's pretty
was
good.
kind of the strategy.
So do you think
Yeah.
it would be hard to ever fully pull off a real secret for you?
I think so, unless I was just like totally out of mind, like thinking it was something. I would almost need to think it was something else, like think we're going home for a weekend or think we're doing something, and then it be something else completely. If that makes sense. Does that make
That
sense?
makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you fly on Delta to Atlanta.
With the Delta
Yep.
cookies, which are the best. Just got to put that in there.
The
The
Delta
Biscoff cookies are good.
Yes.
You don't get those on United, do you?
Not worth $700. True. Mid-flight.
I wonder if
midness.
Tesla could bake you cookies while you're driving somewhere.
Come to Arizona.
Yeah,
In
right.
Arizona.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
you fly to Atlanta, and then he has you look at the board to guess what gate you had to go to, right?
Yeah, so we had a flight from Grand Rapids to Atlanta, and on the flight, he gave me a couple clues / hints about the country itself. So he told me a
love
couple
this.
things. He told me that waving your hand is an offensive gesture there.
Oh, that's gonna.
Yeah, just like
That's
waving your hand like
valuable.
this is an offensive gesture. And I was like, what? Like, where could that be?
You're not going
He
to
told me the
Michigan
place
again.
was.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. We're all waving our hands to show people where
Yep.
we live.
right here. Stick it.
Where it's cool by the lake in the summer.
But only between June and
Oh, yeah.
August.
Correct.
Yeah.
So he told me that. He told me the place that we were going to was 80% mountains.
Oh.
So I was like, what?
Yeah.
So I was kind of like, Japan? And then he told me that the place had 6,000 islands. And I was like, 6,000 islands? I was like, what?
Like.
And then the one that really made me guess was he told me that the 04 Olympics were there. And for reference, I was born in 02. So obviously I was not recollecting the 04 Olympics.
For reference and to rub it in.
Right.
Okay, so you were born in 02 and the Olympics there were in 04?
Yes.
Ah.
So I was like, I think the 04 Olympics were in Athens, but then I couldn't remember if it was 2000 or 08 because then everyone's like always flashing back on Instagram to like,
Oh, yeah.
remember when Michael Phelps did this in the 04 Olympics, like whatever. So I was like, I think it was Athens, but I wasn't 100% sure.
I want to put a
So
I want
then-
to put a pin in the Olympics discussion because I want to find out if you guys are into the Olympics or not. Take a wild guess on what side of that coin I fall. All right, so 04 Olympics, Athens, got it.
04 Olympic Athens. So then we go to the international terminal in Atlanta, and he had me walk around the whole terminal. And so we were looking at like different gates when they were leaving, all that stuff. So there was a flight to Athens that left at 5 and a flight to Milan that left at like 6:30.
Whoa.
And we were there at 4 for reference. So one that left in an hour, one that left in like 2.5 hours. So those are the final two that I narrowed it down to. I was like, I think we're either going to Athens or Milan. But one thing that kind of gave it away was he was kind of rushing us. The international terminal has 3 wings, and we only went through
geez.
2 of them. So I was like, my guess is that you're rushing us because our flight board's in half an hour and we're going to Athens. And he said I was right.
So you went to Greece?
Yeah, so we went to Greece. So we flew from Atlanta to Athens, which was like a 12-hour flight. And then we went to Santorini. So we were in Santorini for a week then Athens
I told
for 2
everybody
days.
that you were in Santorini, Italy for the first 3 people I texted.
Nice.
They're giving you the hand in Italy now.
You got to show them your boot when you're in Italy. What part of Italy you're from.
That's right.
So
Exactly.
you were in Santorini for a couple of days.
Yeah, so we were in Santorini from Sunday to Sunday for a week, and then we were in Athens for about a day and a half, and then left on Tuesday, which was really cool.
Whoa. Oh
That's
my
so
word.
cool.
My guess was you guys were going to the Florida Keys. Which would have been lovely too, but Greece, that's incredible.
I went to New Hampshire for my honeymoon.
That's right.
We got there
Which is-
and there was
it's
no
lovely.
bed in the room anywhere. And we were looking around like, well, this will be an interesting honeymoon. And the bed came out of the wall. Whoop.
Oh
That's where I went. That's where I went on
Hope
my
that didn't-
honeymoon.
Hope that didn't just decide to go back halfway through the night.
She's sending me pictures and she's laying out looking over is it the Mediterranean right there by Greece? Is that where
Yep.
it is?
Oh,
Yep.
Tell you what.
boosh. Wow. So is this like a generational thing? Are Gen Z's doing these like surprise honeymoons, or was this just your husband Braedon
I
thing?
think this was just an us thing. I feel like normally in relationships, like the girls plan the trip and are like kind of the controlling ones and are like, I need to know the itinerary. I need to know when we're doing this, when we're doing that. And I was just kind of like, if I'm spending all my time planning the wedding and you plan the honeymoon, I'm content.
So what was your
Wow.
what was your review of the whole wedding, the whole day, all of that? Because you texted me the next day and you said, I think we mentioned this on the podcast, that your cheeks hurt from smiling. So it went off.
They
great.
did. It was the best day ever. I would do it again if I could. It was so much fun. We had the best time seeing everyone and the food was good. Like I felt just so happy all day.
Mhm.
And I'm a pretty type A, like kind of like anal person about things. Like I can be
Yeah.
very like, it needs to be this way, very particular. On that day, anything could go wrong. I couldn't care less. Could not have cared less.
I saw that in
like
real
we set
time.
out to
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Like we set
Aw.
out to go do pictures, just the two of us, before the ceremony, like after our first look. And the location that I had thought of was randomly doing construction day of, and it was closed and you couldn't even get down the road. And I was like, no problem, we'll go somewhere else. And we went somewhere else and the pictures turned out great. So I was thrilled with how everything went.
The only thing bad that happened is one of the bottles of dressing blew up on her husband's shirt and on one of the bridesmaids.
We had a backup.
Other than that,
Oh, you did.
it was
Smart.
good. Yeah, it was.
Yep.
It was
Yeah.
beautiful.
Well, we had a backup because everyone was like, if you're taking pictures before and it's hot outside, bring a different shirt so you don't have sweat stains in your shirt.
Smart.
So I was like, oh great, we'll just have him bring another one.
It was hot
And
outside.
so orange salad dressing blew up all over his shirt and we swapped it and it was fine.
So it was 90 degrees the night that Ellie got married. When she
God.
originally started planning her wedding, I said, I'm not doing a wedding outside. I am not
No.
doing it. I was like, you cannot control the weather. There is usually a couple of nice weekends in June, but you just don't know. You're going to get either it's randomly
Oh.
really cold, randomly
Right.
really hot, or pouring rain. I'm like, I'm not going to be
Yep.
stressed about it. And it was so hot and humid. It was 90. It would have been kind of miserable for people to eat outside.
A little bit.
So you're
little bit.
you're welcome.
Outside.
Thank you. That's what I said. I credited you. Anytime someone said like,
I credited
oh, I'm so happy we're inside, I was like, yep, that was my mom. She was making sure that we had an indoor wedding
It
and
was
she was not
beautiful.
wrong. So
It was
yeah,
beautiful.
Dad did a great job doing the ceremony. Yeah, everything was great. So I was really happy with everything.
There was a little hiccup. One of Ellie's friends from college gifted her a really sweet wedding gift, which was these champagne glasses from Tiffany's. Now, Adam, Tiffany's is a very fancy store, very bougie, very high end.
I love how you knew right away that I was like,
Yeah.
all that was happening was breakfast at Tiffany's was playing through my mind, and that's all I could think of.
Yes, well, that's what
They're so fancy. They have a color trademarked. Like their logo color
Oh.
is trademarked.
that's
Whoa,
how
whoa,
fancy
whoa,
they
Like
are.
wow.
Coca-Cola red, Tiffany's blue is trademarked.
So
Snap.
her roommate gifted her these really beautiful champagne flutes because her parents had been gifted that when they got married. And then every time they have an anniversary, they get the Tiffany champagne flutes and they have a nice bottle of champagne to celebrate things. And so that's what the roommate did for Ellie. And Ellie thought it would be so
Oh.
It was
great
very sweet.
to drink out of them at the reception and have their champagne and these champagne flutes, right? So then I get a text the next day. Ellie's in Greece, and hey, did anyone pick up those Tiffany champagne flutes? And I was like, Nobody told me there was Tiffany champagne flutes that I had to look for. So we had to chase them down all over the state of Michigan.
Oh
It
no.
was very stressful. I was even
we can-
considering ordering new ones, pretending that they were magically found. Oh, look,
Just
they
like
showed up.
Oh,
yeah, place called Tiff's.
Yeah. I got them from Temu. They were called Ifanies.
the logo's
Oh
like a
my-
little off-centered on the bottom, and they're totally the wrong color.
That's right.
Yeah.
These
They were
things.
like whiskey glasses.
That was a little stressful.
Well-
Ellie's in Greece lounging around the Mediterranean, and we are hunting down Tiffany champagne flutes. Why I oughta. It was great.
Oh my
But thank
word.
you.
It was great. Okay, let's circle back around to the Olympics. You two Olympic
Yes.
fans?
The apple does not fall far from the tree. Go America, go USA. I want to hear Eagles like cheering, like go Simone, Katie
Eagles
Ledecky.
cheering.
I've been looking up like the Team USA basketball team all week. I don't even watch basketball, but I was like, this is cool. I am excited for the 2028 Olympics because football is going to be in the Olympics and America is going to win it all
Oh,
because we're just amazing
Travis
at football.
Kelce and Taylor
It's going to be awesome. And apparently the 2028 Olympics are going to have events in Oklahoma City, and I will live near Oklahoma City, so I will be there.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Put it
go America. Everyone becomes proud to be an American during the Olympics.
This
Quote
is
me on
true.
that.
No, it's true.
Like, there's nothing more uniting than a competition against other countries and with sports that we're good at.
Hang on one
It's
second.
true.
My 87-year-old boss is looking quizzically in here. Hang on 1 second. This is so special. Les. I'm doing a podcast. I have a key. Thank you for checking. We'll see ya. Bye. Okay. Remind me to tell you of how he showed up in a Mercedes Sprinter van to the parking lot.
For the Olympics.
Okay, I'm a little mid on the Olympics. I like watching gymnastics.
Like hell.
I would
Who hurt you?
I like watching gymnastics. I would have watched the women's basketball team, but I'm not interested now that they didn't pick Caitlin Clark. And I like to watch Katie Ledecky in swimming, but I am not all about the heartfelt stories of the Olympics. I remember one time this small country. Do you know the story, Adam? Do you know it?
No, but I feel like the Chat GPT script's already been written. I can picture what's going to happen here.
Okay.
Please.
So there was
please.
from what I remember, there was a very small country, and they entered one athlete in swimming in the Olympics. And so they have this event, and this guy is basically doing a dog paddle across the thing, and everyone's like, oh, he's trying his best from this little country, and people are crying, and I'm going, what? You don't deserve to be at the Olympics? Like, come on.
You're like, Michael Phelps finished 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, well, it was. Everybody else was out of the pool. I think they turned the lights off in the stadium.
Oh, tarp starts coming over.
No, he's so flat. You
Oh
guys,
my
are you
goodness.
affected by stories like that? Am I a cold-hearted snake?
Yes.
No. Well, no. You just want the action. That's what you're after,
I
I think.
guess.
You just want that
That's true.
Olympic action.
I don't know. You'll never see
You
me.
want the attention span. You want things to keep going.
Yeah.
The attention span's short, so we got to keep this thing moving.
I have a
We
tick.
got to go from one event to the next event to the next event to the next event. I want to see action all the time. These commercial breaks, get them out of here. NBC, pay for no commercials, please. I would like to see full live coverage. I want Simone on my screen.
Yeah.
I want Jordan Childs on my screen.
I-
all the things.
I actually think that I'm going to watch the Olympics on TikTok because you just get the highlights of all the best stuff. And you can very rapidly flip up and scroll through. It's the same thing with politics. I don't have to watch the debate. I don't have to watch Biden
True.
debating Trump. I get all of the highlights just very, very, very quickly. And I feel like I know what's going on.
I feel like they'd be very influencer Olympics. Like, this is the pool water I use from so-and-so from my pool Olympic swim. And this is the
Room
swim cap I
tour
found.
at the Olympics. Here's my
Yeah,
bunk. This
exactly.
is my roommate. This is the workout I did this morning. What I ate for breakfast at the Olympic Village.
Actually,
My
no, I
favorite.
do actually know somebody who was at the Olympic trials last week. She is the
Oh,
daughter
yeah.
of my coworker.
Oh, yes.
And so I watched her on TV try out for the Olympics next to Sydney McLaughlin. She
I love Cindy McLaughlin
she made
so
it
much.
She made it to the second round. Hannah did.
Yeah.
She didn't. She did not make the cut, but that was pretty exciting. I was rooting for
That's
her.
incredible.
No, that's impressive.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah. Adam, are you an Olympic fan? You gonna watch it while having a fan on you in your room?
That's right. Yeah, I'll be participating in professional sweating out on my patio through the end
It's
of
a
July.
dry heat. It's a dry heat.
It's right.
Mhm.
What they don't describe is you will not be dry. The air is dry. You will not be dry.
I know this
You
to
will
be true.
very-
Fair.
Adam. Tried to tell you.
very-
You don't listen.
But I'm secretly loving it. Let's be real.
Yeah,
I
that's
am
good.
born for summer all
That's
year,
so
baby.
good. I love that.
It's great. Here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna make a commitment to watch it. I'll catch one event for the whole 2 weeks. Like if I had a choice between hiking and watching the Olympics, I'm gonna go hiking.
You
Not
can
because
hike all year round. This is a once in every 4 years situation.
four.
You can ask my mom. Yes, Summer Olympics are every 4. But
Yeah, I can
Mom,
wait 4 years.
what kind of treats would I make during the Olympics? Do we need to go back to this?
Oh, yeah.
Middle school Ellie loved the
Oh, you went
Olympics.
hard.
High school Ellie loved the Olympics. No, I will be like we would make what was that like puppy chow stuff we would make with the white chocolate and the
Oh,
red,
so
white,
good.
and blue
Sprinkles.
M&Ms
Yeah.
and the
best.
sprinkles.
Everything was very
like-
themed with you. Everything was
Like,
very themed.
America.
Yes, World Cup. I was bringing M&M cookies with red, white, and blue M&Ms in them. I will be eating strawberries, blueberries, and white chocolate chips. Like I
All the things.
am a diehard bandwagon
Zest for
USA
life.
world event fan.
Every event watching.
Like I will be like even golf. Like I know the 4 golfers that are on Team USA. Go Scotty, #1 golfer in the world. Who's got him? We do. Who's got it better than us? Nobody. Like check this. Like I'm so excited.
You're that super fan parent at a little league game, aren't you? You're
Oh
like
my
cheering
gosh, it's gonna
and
be
you are all
so
in.
bad. Yes,
There
I
is-
get it from my mom.
There's a mom on Zane's. Well, this is young mom. You had me because you're my oldest, so you had me when I had energy. Zane has me when
I adore Rice Krispie treats versus like store-bought donuts, you know?
I had an idea today. If we get this self-driving Tesla, that like couldn't Zane just drive himself to practice?
Oh my god!
Couldn't he?
No.
Couldn't he just sit
No.
and just be like, "Take me to baseball.
No.
Take me to
No,
baseball."
No.
And the
He would get
car
stuck
would.
You
on-
can sit in the driver's seat and say, "Take me to baseball,"
I
and
know.
Zane will get
I
there.
know he's 13. I get it. I'm not.
He was-
I get it.
But with
I
a
did
PS
have the
like,
thought
5
though. I
controller.
did have the thought. It did go through my mind. This is what
I
it's
mean,
like
he could take
raising a
driver's
4.
training
Zane did.
in a couple years.
yeah.
He's getting
He's
close.
13. I'm not going to send him in the
Next
Tesla.
year.
Anyway, so young mom, very enthusiastic, very
Yes.
into it. Old mom, I let the other young moms just show off, right? Show up and show out. So one of the other moms on Zane's baseball team, she has like 7 kids or something. She has a special baseball mold, and she makes cupcakes with the baseball on top and all like they're beautiful. They are so. And I thought, oh, I used to have energy. It was awesome. No,
Not anymore.
no, I'm old. That's okay.
No,
Now,
that's okay.
now I have a bed that moves my feet and my head up and down, and I feel like my butt's landed in the butter.
Love. That's all you need in life. A good bed.
I think Adam got kicked off.
I don't know where Adam went. All right, millennials. We'll just wrap it
We'll
up
wrap
here.
it up.
See you next week.
All right,
Go America.
go America.
If you want more of the Mom Millennial podcast, well, then subscribe. That way you'll get new episodes without having to do the work, and that's totally our jam.